Connecting a GE TLC RLink to a FieldServer 35 series. This is the new 35 series. It's called a 3510-05, and P1 can no longer be used, only P2. The reason for that is that the DTR required to pull down the GE handshake line on the RLink is not available on P1, but it is available on P2. Here we have an Ethernet patch cable plugged into P2. The other end is connected into this RLink connector that's made by Chipkin Automation Systems. I'll show you the inside of that RLink connector right now. Connected to it we have a mini tester. You can see that the transmit and the DTR light are lit. DTR light lit means that it is pulled up. Okay. You cannot see the TD LED flicker because all it's sending is one character once per second. That is the carriage return character. And that's an attempt to synchronize the baud rates between the RLink and the FieldServer gateway. But it does flicker once every second. And once about every 30 seconds, when the gateway tries to re-establish connection with the RLink, if it isn't connected, then we should see the DTR light flick for a short period of time. Perhaps too short for us to actually see, so I'm going to show you on the scope. This is the GE TLC RLink connector, suitable for a patch cable connected to a FieldServer. There are 4 wires connected: transmit, receive, DTR, and ground, connected to pins 2, 3, 4, and 5. Observing the handshaking with a GE TLC link driver on a FieldServer talking to an RLink. The RLink is a 232 device. The handshaking requires that the DTR line be pulled down for a short period of time, then released, and then a carriage return sent periodically until the handshaking is done. Here I'm using a Picoscope 2203. It's a USB connected to the laptop. This is the software. Okay. Here's my probe, and I'm going to connect the probe to the ground wire. I have the probe ground wire connected to the ground wire in the RS-232 connection. And this is what the screen looks like. I've got one division equal to 21 millisecond, so we're seeing a couple of bits there. And I'm on a 20 volt range. And you can see that about once a second we get a little carriage return there. And a message sent. You can see it auto triggering and repeating. And now I'm going to show you the DTR line. I've just put the probe on the DTR terminal, and you can see some noise as I touch the probe down. And we'll just watch. Oh, there you go. There's our DTR line being toggled as required. This division is too short for you to show it going down again, but you can see the toggle quite clearly. We'll come one more time. An observation of the mini tester. That should be a sufficient test. You don't actually need a scope to verify this. You will occasionally see the DTR flicker and the TD. If you observe it very closely, you will see that it's flickering. Let me try and steady my hand here. It's not really possible to see this on the camera in the mini tester, but to the naked eye you can observe the LEDs flash. So this is verification that the gateway is doing what it needs to do to connect to the RLink. And if there are any problems on the RLink, or any LEDs that aren't working after this, then the RLink needs some attention, or the data line.